an urgent care operator and you are being financially affected by the Change Healthcare cyber attack and outage, you need to hear this message. How you operate in the coming days, weeks, and potentially months is critical. Now, I am not a doomsday prepper, but I am a realist. At this point, there are thousands, potentially even millions of claims backed up and not being paid. And because of that, how you react to this will impact your financial viability. The most important thing for you to do right now is to tactically lay out your operational response in 5 key areas. And that is verification, patient payments, clearinghouse services, claims data backup, and then lastly, you need to look at your capital and cash flow. So let's get into that. First and foremost, if you use Change Healthcare for real-time eligibility and verification, I hope that you already have a backup. If you do not, go ahead and get one and have one permanently. Have 1 or 2 that your staff can use as a backup into perpetuity. This is really important because, as you probably already know, real-time eligibility systems, they have downtime and they have outages regularly. Have one as a backup that you can use in any instance that happens. Second, and this one to me is the most critical, is that you must have a plan in place to be able to estimate and collect the full patient responsibility at the point of service. This is so important to ensure that your cash keeps on flowing and that you can pay things like payroll, your rent, your supplies. This is what can lead to bankruptcy, is if you continue to not get paid for the services that you are rendering and you have to pay for all of your expenses. So you must have a plan in place to be able to estimate and collect. Third, if you are using Change Healthcare as a clearinghouse, you need to go ahead and pivot. You cannot wait any longer for your claims to be backed up like this. You need to find another solution. Now, what I'm hearing is that some claims will still be backed up in other clearinghouse services, but go ahead and pivot so that you can submit the claims that you're able to in other solutions. Fourth, proof of claims. Make sure that you have redundancy to back up the claims that are sitting waiting to be filed so that you don't lose any of that information and you don't lose any of that revenue waiting to be paid. Fifth, if you are becoming cash strapped, I encourage you to go ahead and apply for a small business treasury loan if you can get one. I understand that Change Healthcare is offering small loans of $1,000 a week. We understand that that is not enough for you. Go ahead and take it if you can get it. You need any sort of cash flow that you can get at this point. That's a wrap on the top 5 tactics that you need to take to stay afloat during this Change Healthcare cyber attack crisis. Please feel free to reach out to me for any help that you might need with these 5 tactics. I am happy to help.